Hey everybody, it's Chunky here. I just wanted to give a disclaimer that this is complete opinion based. I am not claiming to know the perfect Pokemon for an X and Y Nuzlocke. I just wanted to give my opinion on a handful of Pokemon I love to pick up during my runs. If you disagree with my choices, please in the comment section below, put your choices. I always comment back and we can talk about your choices. If I could do the quick YouTuber thing while I'm here, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. A video like this takes a lot of work. It took hours of research and hours of editing and recording. So you guys simply just hitting the like button, it means the world to me. It means that I didn't waste my time with this one. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here and we're going to get on with the top 5. Number 5. Axew. Axew is a dragon type Pokemon that can be found in Connecting Cave in either X or Y. They are found at level 14, and please be careful when you're trying to catch this Pokemon because it does have Dragon Rage. My recommendation is that you use some sweet honey when you get into the cave and use that to try to get a horde encounter. It'll be level 8 and only know the moves Scratch, Leer, and Assurance. Don't be afraid to throw some Great Balls at this guy because its catch rate is lower than you're used to seeing at this point in the game. After you do catch this Pokemon, you will bring it to Clay's gym in Silage City. Axew is not great for this gym other than spamming Dragon Breath, but when you're battling an Ice and Dragon type, I mean there's nothing you can do, no thanks. Keep your dragon away from that. Now on to Karina's gym. Your level cap is level 32, and now you have access to the Eviolite. Give this little guy the Eviolite, teach it Aerial Ace by TM, and it's gonna learn Dragon Dance, and he'll be taking the room and going on this gym. And now we're at the gym with that big, beautiful, giant birch tree. Actually, wait a minute. Has anybody ever thought, how did he grow that huge tree in that little gym? Does he go in the basement? Anyways, back on track. You can use the same moves, or you could teach him Poison Jab. With you only taking half damage from the stab grass types, and you having the Eviolite, you can set up and do what you gotta do. However, you need to watch out for Leech Seed and Poison Powder. Now that you're back in Lumiose, and now you have access to the Dig TM because you went through the desert, but remember, you're just a baby, so play with a lot of care, and after this one, you'll definitely have yourself a Fracture. Are you serious? You want to talk about this gym? I mean, really, you do have a Poison Jab if you really need to use Fracture. I highly don't recommend it for this gym. Alright, let's move on. Here's where the fun comes in. Look at that. You had Fracture for one gym for the Fairy Gym. Let me tell you, Fracture's out. Haxorus is in. Look at these stats. Look at that attack stat. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Again, are you seeing why this Pokemon is on the list? It's a classic. Hit D-Dance once, maybe twice. Shadow Claw to victory. I gave you some options in the attacks because it really doesn't matter as long as you got that Shadow Claw and D-Dance. On to Lysander's team, there's no clear up or down advantage for him, but Haxorus is always helpful to have. You can always switch into a Pyroar, fire attack move, give yourself a pivot. With that dragon typing, it's such a wonderful thing that you take half damage. If you got the TM for Brick Break sooner, he would definitely be sweeping this team as well. Alright, listen. I know I said you could use it in the Fairy Gym with Poison Jab. Just put it away for this gym. Just put it away. Oh yeah, it is time for the Elite Four. Let's see what we got here. Who's up first? Let's go with Steel. Alright, Steel, again, it's pretty simple. Watch the Clef Key, but hit a few D-Dances, and you're earthquaking everything. Let's move on to the next one. Fire, yep, does a great job here. It learns Earthquake and Rock Slide for the Talonflame. She's got no shot. Just sweep this and move on with your life. The next two is where it gets a little tricky. Dragon, although it does have the advantage, I don't recommend it. It'll be one of the first times that you are taking super effective damage from the actual dragon type consistently, and it's a scary time. Yeah, you're doing huge damage, but you're also receiving huge damage. The Water Elite Four member, there's just too much. Everyone's got Fairy, Dragon, or Ice coverage. It's just not that good here. But let's be realistic. It bodies, absolute bodies, 2 of the 4 Elite Four members. 50% of the league, it takes it down without a worry. Oh, you want to talk about the champion fight? Fine. How about we just go with the classic D-Dance and then just hit buttons. Hawlucha is definitely going to do some damage to you, but I'm not worried about it. You can set up in its face a few times and then just absolutely sweep her team. Axew, Fracture, Haxorus being at number 5 is because I think having a dragon for your early middle game is so good. It is such a resistant defensive typing. And it doesn't evolve for a while, yes, but you get the Eviolite. It can be a bulky monster if you need it to be. And that attack stat is through the roof, so you're not just sitting there. Its biggest downfall is that it evolves after the 5th gym, right before the fairy gym. So you have a baby dragon for that long, and it just gets a little scary before it evolves. Its base stat total is just a little too low to be comfortably going up against some of the threats you'll face before it evolves. With that being said, let's get on to number 4. Number 4. All right, I know. You see it on the screen. I know it looks really weird. It's a love disc. But hear me out here. You get an old rod on your way to the 2nd gym. You scoop that thing up, and in Ambridge Town, you can use that thing right away and get yourself a love disc. You can go to the next route. Route 8, get one there. You can get into Silage City where you can't get another encounter. Boom, get a love disc. And you know what you're going to do with it right away? As soon as you catch one, you're going to trade it for this man right here. This big man known as Steelix. I know what you're thinking. Doesn't Steelix evolve from that thing that has less attack than an Oddish? And yes, you're 100% right. I got no argument for that. But it evolves into this massive iron ground snake. Steelix's defense is so high, it just won't die. Don't actually just use its defense. I mean, it will, if you're not careful, it definitely will die. You got to relax on that one. Don't take me so literal. I mean, look at the moveset. You get Dragon Breath perfectly before you got to fight that Tyrant. Boom, super effective damage. You can use Gyro Ball too if you want. Boom, super effective damage. Aurora's comes in, Smackdown, Gyro Ball, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. They can't kill you. They're both physical attackers. Your defense is too high. See, you didn't believe me. Now we're going to go on to the 3rd gym. Boom, fighting types. We got to watch our backs. We are a steel type. Your defense is through the roof. I don't really recommend going 1-on-3, but you can take a few hits. You can pivot through. You might be able to get your Stealth Rock up. Hit him with a Screech or two. That's fine. It'll work. But you can't rely on him to sweep the entire gym. On to Ramos. I know, it's not really the greatest matchup, again, being a ground type, but you can still do some things. I mean, you can still Stealth Rock, like you talked about, Screech a couple things. Like, you could just do what you gotta do. If the move Relearner was here, you'd get, Fire Fang or Ice Fang, but you don't. We can't complain about that. Spilt milk, we gotta move on. Gym number 5, huh? Other than the Heliolisk having Grass Knot, they can't touch you. What's the Emolga gonna do? Aerial Ace? Oh, good for you. I'm proud of you. Magneton? Joke. Hit it with a Bulldoze, move on. Yeah, Steelix was made for the Fairy Gym. It was made to counter the Fairies. Just send it in, and it wins. Look at the moveset. It can't do anything. Ground type for Mawile. We got Gyro Ball for the rest. It's an easy win. All right, really quick. Can we talk about how cool it would have been if Olympia's gym was a double gym like it was in the show? I wish it was. I really do. But anyways, getting back to topic. It's fine here. It's not going to be crazy. But I will say the Slowking you get scared of, but it has no water move. Did you know that this thing learns Dark Pulse by TM? I had no idea. I know you get Crunch, but just in case you want to use a special move on your Steelix, you want to keep that Dragon Breath, boom, have Dragon Pulse. But no, on a serious note, you have Crunch, and you have Stone Edge if you need to hit anything else. Like, you're okay. Lysander, I'm not even worried about Lysander. I know you see the Mienfoo there, but I'm telling you, the defense is too strong. It's going to two-shot you at best. The Pyro's Fire Blast, though, I'm actually a little, that gets me shaking in my boots a little bit. You can get by those guys. The Honchkrow takes huge damage from that Stone Edge. And the Gyarados, at that point, by the time you take out those 3, you have 5 other Pokemon that can deal with the Gyarados. Wolfric's gym, you have Stone Edge. He's an Ice Gym leader. I mean, yes, he has a Bomb of Snow. I think you're going to be able to live one. I mean, you're guaranteed to live one. However, I get it. You don't want to take 2 or 3 of them. It'll get a little dicey. But get past the Bomb of Snow and you win. Steelix is all you need. All right, the Water Elite Four. If that Barbarnacle, the weird shellfish with hands with eyes on him, he starts setting up with shell smashes, you can always switch him back in. What's he going to cross chop you? I'm telling you, your defense is too strong. Earthquake him. He's off. I'm telling you, he's blown back. You can always switch in on the Gyarados as well. It's not going to do a lot to you. You have the Stone Edge. You'll do a lot back. I also have him with Leftovers or Rocky Helmet. If you use him, like I said, to switch into those 2 physical attackers, definitely throw the Rocky Helmet on there. It'll help do some damage on him. But the Leftovers are nice. Dragon Elite Four member, you got to watch for the Noivern with his Flamethrower. The Dragalge. It's got Surf. You know, the Dredagon, you can definitely Toxic it and kind of sit in. It's going to want to revenge you, but if he's Toxic, it won't do that much. Altaria, I'd hit it with a Toxic. Same thing with Noivern. You can spread the Toxic around. You got Ice Fang. You'll be all right. All right, Steel Elite Four member. Remember, you can choose the order that you do these in. If you want to be really, really crazy, I put on the list Fire Fang. You put Fire Fang there instead of the Toxic. If you get another Heart Scale, you battle this one first. Then after you get done with the Fire Fang, boom, give him Toxic. Fire Fang's huge for the Scizor. And the Earthquake is good for the rest of them, you know. If they want a King's Shield on the Aegislash, it doesn't matter. Your attack won't get lowered. Fire is terrifying. I know you have Stone Edge and Earthquake, but with the Torkoal Sun being up, boy, that's going to have a lot of damage on this thing. My recommendation is keep it in the back. If you really got to switch it in once, but you're not going to switch it in 2 or 3 times. It's just not happening. It can definitely help stall out some Sun turns being so bulky, and it's not really going to just sit there and wall something. You can send it in Toxic, maybe switch it out. Anyways, moving on. All right, we've got the champion fight. This thing does not do bad here. You can 1v1 just about anything. Based on your team composition, when it can 1v1 any one of her Pokemon, and it can definitely take care of it, and if not, chip and poison the next one, it's huge. As you guys see, I threw Protect on as a 5th move. I couldn't figure out which one to get rid of, Earthquake, Stone Edge, or Ice Fang. So I left it as a 5th move. I didn't delete one of them. I think the Toxic Protect Leftover strat is huge. I mean, it's the final battle. You don't want to lose at it. I get it. It's kind of cheap, but if it works, use it. It's in the game. But, you know, Ice Fang covering the Gourgeist and Goodra, the Earthquake is just a good stab move against the Gardevoir, and it's super effective against Tyrantrum. And Stone Edge being able to hit Hawlucha and Aurorus, you know, I couldn't pick what one to get rid of or if it's worth it. I leave that choice up to you guys if you're going to use this Pokemon in an X and Y Nuzlocke. Steelix is a great choice. It just is a tank. It can 1v1 anything. When the going gets tough, just send Steelix in, especially if you run that Toxic Protect Leftover strat a little earlier. It can just sit in on anything that's not a poison or steel type, and it will chip away until you can figure something else out to switch in to take care of this. I find myself always grabbing a Love Disc to get a Steelix as soon as possible. It's just, it called a crutch Pokemon for me. That's fine. I use it more than some of these others on the list. Steelix is just a 100% chance of catching if you fish with the Old Rod at all. And for it to be that big of a beast as a 100% encounter rate, I think it's well worth the number 4 slot on today's list. Number 3. Number 3 on this list today is Azumarill. It can be found on Route 3 and a second chance on Route 22, being level 5 and 7. Oh, you're telling me you caught one that doesn't have huge power? Oh, alright. Alright, all jokes aside, guys. Azumarill. Level this thing up until you get Charm, and then just run around until it has max happiness, leveled up one more time. You have yourself a Marill before the first gym. I know what you guys are thinking. You see the move set for this first gym, but I'm doing it. I'm putting it on here. I'm going all out. I'm going nuts. Defense Curl, Rollout. I'm letting fate have it. It's very risky to Defense Curl into the Rollout, but it could make this the easiest gym you've ever played. What, 2 buttons and you win? I'm taking that chance. I think it's a lot of fun rolling the dice. That's what we're all here for. We're playing a game. I think it's fun. This is the crazy part about Azumarill, Marill, and the Azumarill line. Azumarill. Azumarill. It's Azumarill. You're at Gym 2 and you have an Azumarill. You have yourself a very bulky boy or girl. Just Rock Smash and you win this one. You can Charm, I guess, the Tyrant if you need to a few times, but Rock Smash and Aqua Tail, Charm, it doesn't matter what your 4th move is. After the easy sweep, we go to an easier sweep. With the new fairy type, Azumarill takes half damage, and with that it also learns Aqua Tail to get HP back every turn. You'll have no problem here sweeping. couple Aqua Tails, and it's over. As you guys can see, we skipped a couple gyms. Azumarill just does not do good against grass or electric, so I don't care if you put it in the box and then have to grind it up after. Keep it in the box. Please, just don't let it die. Getting to the fairy gym, though, that Mawile, I'm not worried about it. Bulldoze. See you next Tuesday. Mr. Mime, you ever met an Aquatail? See ya, kid. Oh, cute Charm Sylveon. Wow, that's quite a thing that an Aquatail is going to destroy it. That's it. Move on. And Azumarill has a neutral matchup here. You're just going to Aquatail everything in the face. I give you a 50-50 shot. Again, it's a neutral matchup here. With the Slowking, you can't really just click the Aqua Tail every single time because it will do half damage. But you have the Bulldoze, you have the Aqua Ring, you're going to heal some health back. The Sigilyph isn't very scary, neither's the Esper, but you will have a hard time trying to sweep with just Azumarill here. The best thing that's ever happened to Azumarill was get that Fairy type. This matchup is insane. Mienfoo, play rough. Pyroar, Aqua Tail. Honchkrow, play rough. Oh, you have a Mega? Oh no, it's a Gyarados? Play rough. Goodbye. If you ever get in trouble, you Aqua Ring and you Charm, and then they won't be able to hurt you other than the Pyroar. It's a special attacker. But you can lower their attack so low that you just gain more health than you lose with the leftovers. I put Rocky Helmet there because I get it. He's got 3 physical attackers. He's going to hit you. You're kind of bulky. With the Aqua Ring, you're going to gain some health. I lean more towards leftovers, but it's a personal choice. Azumarill. Team Flare's worst nightmare. And we're back at the ice gym already, huh? I mean, I see the grass type in Abomasnow. I'm not really upset with it. All right, this is editing, Chunky, and I think I messed up on this one. I'm looking it up right now. I think that Snowflake gets freeze dry. Where are we? Gym leaders, Cryogonal. Where are you at, buddy? Oh, it doesn't have freeze dry. Never mind. Let me take you back to the show. If you can make it just past that Abomasnow, nothing else scares me. The Cryogonal's got paper-thin defense. And then you go the other way and you got Avalugg with all the defense. I'm not worried about it. It can't hurt me. Eventually, I win the battle. I'm going to wear them down faster than they can wear me down. Avoid the energy ball. The same moveset we've had in the entire game. It's classic. Ain't broke, don't fix it. Watch out for Starmie. I mean, it does have Thunderbolt. Other than that, it's a neutral battle. It's not going to hurt you here. It's not going to run home and sweep, but it's a great Pokemon. It will help. You will use it more than you think you will. Steel, I mean, with the water, I mean, it makes it neutral because of the fairy, but you're not going to do a lot of damage. They resist both the water and play rough. You can go in, but neither one's going to hurt each other. So, again, you're going to have to use another Pokemon here. Now, you think with the brand new fairy type, dragons wouldn't stand a chance? Yeah. Thanks, Game Freak. Dragalge is a thing that is after Azumarill. It is built just to counter this thing. It's a poison dragon type. It is coming to take Azumarill's life. Other than that, the other 3 don't stand a chance. Just play rough. I mean, I'm not even going to speak about this. I love Azumarill in this matchup. It's a very bulky Pokemon that you can switch in and out on attacks. Other than the Gourgeist, I know it's a grass type, and Gardevoir does get Thunderbolt. But other than that, if you play around those, you can switch into Gardevoir. You can't stand on a Thunderbolt. Azumarill can handle most of the team. You just play around, switch around. Azumarill will take a few hits, but I'm telling you, it's going to give out some hits. And with that beautiful charm, the Hawlucha lead, you just charm it down and then it doesn't hurt you. And you just sit in there with leftovers and Aqua Ring till you're full health. Knock it out with a play rough, and you're set up with an Aqua Ring at full health. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Azumarill is just a great part of any team. It handles so much through the Kalos region, and it can sweep so many important fights. You just don't have to worry about them. All right, you heard enough of me drooling over this guy. On to the next one. Number 2. Beautiful, beautiful number 2 is a Bulbasaur. It is 100% that you will get a Bulbasaur in your playthrough. I know what you're thinking. It's not 100%. It's 33 because there's a Charmander and Squirtle. But what I mean is you will always have the opportunity to get this thing. Guaranteed. Like, all you got to do is hit the A button a few times, and he is yours with the Mega Stone. Absolutely blows my mind how good this thing is, and it's a guaranteed gift Pokemon with the Mega Stone. It just hands you the Mega Stone when you get the Bulbasaur. It's crazy. Alright, by the time we get to the first gym that you can use Bulbasaur in, he's already an Ivysaur, and you have two of the main moves of this Pokemon, Leech Seed and Sleep Powder. You're going to find out, I'm going to say that a lot in this one. Leech Seed, Sleep Powder when the going gets tough. Just get in, hit him with Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, sit here, you'll be fine. Alright, back to the gym battle at hand though. Tyrunt, just like I said, put it to sleep, Leech Seed it, chip away at it. You get to the Auroras, you got to switch out. With that Refrigerate, it uses Takedown as an Ice type move. You're getting blown back. You're going back to Sycamore. On to badge 3, and look at this. We have a Venusaur. Same moveset. We don't need to change it. It ain't broke. Don't fix it. The Hawlucha is a little scary. It does have a flying press. It's gonna do some flying damage to you. But the other two, it's not a big deal. And again, you might have to take a flying press, but you're gonna put it to sleep. It won't be able to attack you for 2 turns, and you're gonna Leech Seed. And then you'll be able to decide, can I live another one? More than likely it's no, but you switch and the Leech Seed is still there. Poor Ramos. You're going to face down a Mega Venusaur, and there's nothing you can do about it. That Venoshock we got at Route 6 with the Mega, this is easy peasy. I know the Weeping Bell won't take super effective damage, but trust me, it's not going to last long against a Mega Venusaur. The Emolga's the scariest thing here, and that's not good for Clement. You're going to easily tank an Aerial Ace, and then it's night-night. It's bedtime. We're going back to the classic. Sleep Powder, Leech Seed. Then you just sit here, Razor Leafing, Venoshocking, just chipping away at the others. This is actually Venusaur's worst matchup so far. With the Mawile, you can't just use a poison move. And with Mr. Mime having a psychic move, it's going to hit you, and it's going to hit you like a bus. But it doesn't mean we don't use it. It means we just have to watch what's going on. If we get hit, we got to see how much damage it does. You should be alright. You're going to live 1 for Mr. Mime at the level cap. Depending on how much damage that Mawile did to you. And surprisingly, her ace, Sylveon, I'm not even worried about it at all. You did get Synthesis, though, by getting to the level cap. So if you do happen to get the Leech Seed off and you can just spam that Synthesis, you'll never really lose your health. Mega Venusaur against Lysander, you're fine. I know what you're thinking. Pyro's a fire type. You're thick fat with that Mega Venusaur. It'll be okay, trust me. Mienshao, you're already taking half damage. The flying type move from Honchkrow could be a little scary, but you're okay. We just do what we do. Sleep Powder, Leech Seed. I guess Ice isn't that scary because of the thick fat ability, but boy, when I hear that super effective sound when you get attacked, I get nervous. Just be careful. The Elite Four. Water, Dragon, and Steel. You do what you do best. You sit in here, you Leech Seed, and you Sleep Powder. Everything. They can't stop you. Fire, on the other hand, just keep them in the back for that. But 3 out of the 4, you're just going to sit in and wall them. I think that's a good time. The craziest thing about Mega Venusaur is when you get to the champion fight, it really isn't that good. But when a Pokemon can carry you through the entire game in most of the Elite Four, you can't really argue that it can't do anything in the champion fight, so it's a bad Pokemon. You have 5 other Mons, use them. Venusaur is not going to win the whole thing, but it's definitely going to be able to fight some stuff. Obviously, put him to sleep, and Leech Seed. And for a Pokemon that you're guaranteed on every playthrough to get, this is a great pickup, and it does so well against all the gyms and Elite Four members. Number 1 in today's list is Kangaskhan. If you are one of the lucky 4% people that find a Kangaskhan in Glittering Cave, you will find that this Nuzlocke is the easiest thing that you have ever done. You find its Megastone in the same cave, just like Venusaur. Just handed the Megastone when you get the Pokemon. Alright, this one's going to feel like a lightning round. You're getting to the gym. You have Fake Out, Bite, Double Hit, Rock Smash. Nothing to run home about in this fight, but trust me, just bear with me for a minute. Alright, we're on to the third fight. Again, I know it doesn't look good on paper. Just hear me out. Don't use it in this fight. You're going to get the Keystone after this and Power Up Punch. And after that, it's an easy game. Yes. I know it gets Aerial Ace as well. Just leave it alone. Just trust me on this one, please. Alright, gym number 4. This is where it gets fun. You're going to Mega with that wonderful parental bond ability. You're just going to Power Up Punch, get a Swords Dance every turn. There's nothing they can do. Just Power Up Punch and win. Gym 5, Emolga, Magneton, Heliolisk. Huh. 2 of them are weak to Power Up Punch. What do you think we're going to do? Yeah, that's right. We're going to Power Up Punch. Fairy Gym. You Power Up Punch against Mawile once or twice. And then Return is very strong. Just click it at this point. Olympia. Oh, that's right. It knows Crunch. You can Power Up Punch for fun once you get a Swords Dance. Just start crunching things. You'll win. You're a Mega Kangaskhan now. Lysander, you'll be alright. Just don't lead with it. The Mienshao is a fighting type. It's gonna high jump, kick, force palm, whatever it wants to do to you. You're going to get hurt, and then you can't sweep the rest of it. So use your bird, whatever you got. Take care of that. You turn out of there. Volt switch. I don't care. Hard to switch. Get your Kangaskhan out here and just start Power Up Punching. Wolfric? Yeah, he's a joke too. We're going back to Old Reliable. Power Up Punch to win. Alright, the Elite Four, it's easier to go over what to look out for than it is to say how great this thing is. I think you're tired of hearing me talk. The Clauncher has Aura Sphere. The Barbarcano, the stupid Crustacean, it has Cross Chop. To the Dragon type, you gotta watch out for Druddigon and his Revenge. Last thing to worry about is Aegislash with Sacred Sword. Now we're on to Diantha for the last time in this wonderful video. You know she leads with Hawlucha. Don't lead with Kangaskhan. Take out the Hawlucha, get Kangaskhan in, Mega, boom, you win. Power Up Punch, just get in on the fossils. Remember when I said in the beginning of this video it was nothing to write home about? In the first gym battle you can use it in? Oh, now he's going to get his revenge on those 2 fossils. Alright everybody, so these are the best 5 Pokemon for a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon X and Y, in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below if you think I missed someone, I overlooked somebody, and I really appreciate everyone coming out. This was a lot of fun to make, so please smash that like button. Let's get 10 likes on this video, and I'll post another one. And with that being said, I have been your wonderful host, TheeChunkyMonkey. I'm glad everyone came out. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.